everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sharon Cardos, and this year, this is my 34th year as a teacher that I'm starting. Week 1 is just completed, and I thought this year that I would give you just a little update at the end of every week and just kind of tell you how the week went. So this is year 34, week 1, and how did it go? So it started off on Monday. My district, I officially had to be back at work on Monday. We get 2 pre-planning days. And the first day on Monday, we went to a pep rally down at the district office, and it was great. It was, I call it a pep rally, they call it a welcome back, but there were a lot of student performers, and there were the district personnel just giving us kudos and like cheering us on for the new year. So it was great. I know a lot of teachers would have been rather working in their classrooms. I came out a little bit last week as a veteran teacher. I know that whole first day is taken up with meetings. So I gave up a little bit of my own time last week for my sanity, and I came out in the mornings like 2 or 3 hours for like 3 days. So the pep rally went great, except for the parking at the end, because we had every teacher in the district there, and we had, secretaries and paraprofessionals and district personnel. So getting out of the parking lot was the hardest part, especially when the temperatures are over 100 degrees, over 110 degrees. So, but eventually I did make it out of the parking lot. Came back to school. My admin were nice enough to provide lunch for all of the staff, which was great. And then afterwards we had staff meetings in the afternoon. So that went for most of the afternoon, and we had about 30 minutes maybe left of our workday to work in our classrooms, which is just not enough. But I'll take what I can get. So that was Monday. Tuesday, they can't have meetings on Tuesday, so on Tuesday we had all day to work in our classrooms. So you can see I worked on my bulletin boards a little bit, just worked on getting things set up so that I could at least teach on Wednesday. Started some of my online trainings, bloodborne pathogens, mandated reporters. Some of them are short and sweet and to the point, but they're like hours and hours of them, and some of them make me a little queasy. Like last week I watched the one on mandated reporters. We do have the bloodborne pathogen thing. We have sexual harassment ones. We have all the ones, youth suicide. So some of them can be a little bit depressing. So I can only watch so many at a time. But I worked on that on Tuesday. I'm about halfway done with those. We have deadlines that we have to get them completed by, so I'm in good shape. Wednesday was the first day with students, and at our district, students start on Wednesday, and it's a minimum day, which is awesome because it's just enough for the kids to get a taste of what's going on, where their classes are, and then they're ready to come back on Thursday for a full day. So on the first day, by the time I got them in the room and, greeted them and everything, we take attendance, kids find the right classrooms, and just working on learning how to pronounce their names correctly. All of that, we have 30 minutes thereabouts, so it takes up most of the time. So I gave them a really quick little intro to the class, and it's like bada bing, bada boom, we're out of here. So Wednesday went great as well, and then in the afternoons we did have a little bit more time to work in our classrooms. Lots of times with the first week back, teachers are greeting each other, and we are talking about our summers and all that, and I love all that stuff because I have the best colleagues in the world. But I have to make sure not to get drawn into that too much. When I'm here at work, I'm here to work. So just trying to make sure that I don't get caught up talking to someone for too long, so that I can make sure that I get my work done. Thursday was the first full day. So on Thursday, same thing, greeting them, working on getting to know them. We did a name tent, and the one that I used is on my TPT website, and it is for free. Let me see if I can have it right here. So this is my little example that I do with the kids. It just has, they put their first name. Actually, I write their name on it so that I can see it from the back of the room. Otherwise, they write it like this big, and sometimes I can't read their handwriting. So I take a marker and I write their names on it. They color it, they make it pretty, and then it just has some questions. For instance, it says, name 3 of your favorite foods, desserts, or candies. What do you like to do for fun? And then write 3 words to describe you. How do you feel about math? Either tell me in a word or emojis. And you can see that I chose the little heart eyes emojis because I love some math. So they don't have to present these or anything. This is just for me to get to know them, and it helps me those first few weeks of school just to get to know their names, you know. So, and I can use it for attendance because if anybody doesn't have a name tag, I know they're new to the class, they got a schedule change, whatever, or if they didn't pick up their name tag, then I can figure out that they're not in the room. So it's pretty good little activity. And like I said, it's free in my TPT store. Sharon Cardos is the name of my store if you need one of those like first few days activities. Then we worked on some graphing, 4-quadrant graphing. Now this is a 6th grade skill and I teach 7th grade, but kids definitely need a refresher in this. So we actually worked on one of the Pink Cat Studios graphs. This one is of the sun, and it's one of those quick and easy ways to be able to display student work once they're put up. And as I have had a few turned in, but as I get more turned in, I'll try to like share those on the next vlog so you can see what they look like. I love her 4-quadrant graphs. They're actually 1-quadrant and 4-quadrant depending on what grade you teach, so you might want to check those out. Pink Cat Studios. And yeah, we had a great time with that. When we left, a lot of the kids were like, oh, this was fun. So I always like to hear that on the second day of school. I'm sure not all kids think it was fun because not all kids like math, but a lot of the kids did enjoy it. And then on Friday, I taught them how to play Go Fish on Friday. And it was an excellent opportunity to use our little name tents because as they're playing Go Fish, they are supposed to use their names. For instance, when they're saying, Jesus, do you have any 2s? Okay, it's a great way for them to learn the people's names in the classroom and learn how to pronounce their names. We talk about how that's a skill. I love to play card games with my kids, and Go Fish is an easy game that they can learn really quickly. And you would be surprised at how many kids don't know how to play Go Fish in your class. So they play video games these days, and a lot of the kids don't even know like the different cards in the deck. They don't know the difference between a jack and a joker. And if I don't, so I spend some time going over it. Otherwise, I'll hear them say, do you have any J's? Instead of saying, do you have any jacks? Or do you have any Q's? Instead of saying, do you have any queens? And so that is a great opportunity for them as well. Learning how many cards are in the decks. They all want to call clubs a clover. And so we talk about, you know, the different suits and how many of each are those. And then later at the end of the year, after we've played quite a few games, we have some probability stuff, and playing cards are great for doing probability activities. So we're kind of working our way towards that at the end. Plus it's just a lot of fun. Like I got to sit in groups with the kids and just enjoyed sitting down with them, getting to know them. And I do have to go around and help because a lot of the kids don't know the rules. Even though I go over it, I show them a quick video, how do you play Go Fish? I still need to go around and answer some questions. I even have directions on the table, but I have a lot of students whose English is their second language, and so they need a little bit of extra help. So it was a great time. It was a great way to end the week. I did put them in groups of 4 for Go Fish. You can see that my desks are usually in groups of 2 so that they have a partner to talk to. When I'm giving instruction at the board, groups of 2 work well for me. And then when I want them to do an activity like Go Fish or something even more fun, then I put them in groups of 4. And the desks it's really easy to just turn 2 desks and then I have a group of 4. So it was a great week. It was a nice way to end the week. We had a lot of laughter. So that was the first week. Year 34, unbelievable. Week number 1 in the books. And hopefully I'll see you back here next week for week number 2. Have a great one.